Oh, I missed you too. Ah! Ah! Yeah! One second, one more second. What? Oh yeah! We undisputed today. What? Kid? One more time, one more time. What up? This is what it's all about, baby. Undisputed era. And Saturday Night's confused. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. All right. Enough. Boom! Oh, there we go. Clips all around. Boom! And oh God, I know. I was in Spawner's it streamed just for a little bit, but but yesterday was just like a complete. Actually, you know what? Most of the week was. But anyway, before we officially confirmedly begin, welcome everybody to the LiveCast, where each week we try me to bring you the latest in what's going on in the news. What's been happening with news related stuff in the world of games. And this week we have fewer articles to talk about, but I'll get to why. Getting Over It was wonderful. Who was playing Getting Over It? Was it Neck or was it Hellspawner? Spawner was playing Warhammer yesterday. I know that. And it was his birthday yesterday. By the way, happy birthday, Spawner. Happy birthday. Oh, they were both playing it. Oh my God. That's awesome. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch those because that's, I mean, especially next stream. But please, oh, did you join? Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I was at the wrestling show when I saw the alerts that Spawner was going to go streaming. So I had joined by the end, and Nick told me you missed a whole bunch. But I'll try to see if I could rewatch the replays later because it sounds. But please tell me that you clipped a load of all of this. Please tell me that you've clipped loads of times because that's what I would love to see. Clips as well. Clips. Juicy clips. Oh, yay. Okay, so let's get to the announcements first. For starters, in December, and this is like 2 months away, I am going to be going, I'm planning on going on a trip. I want to visit Puerto Rico in the holidays. I want to see my mom. I want to see my family, whoever's left down there. And I want to go. However, during this time, I don't have a way to stream gameplay footage. So what I will do is I'm going to try to stream IRL. And during that week, I'm going to also take my laptop with me to see if we could do something like maybe streaming related. But I'm not going to hold my breath as to try to organize a lot because I just don't have a way to stream games while I'm away. I don't have a gaming laptop, which maybe later down the road, maybe perhaps I might get one, but for now, it's just not in the cost. So I want to give you guys the heads up now because as the weeks go on, I will want to plan. I do have a week off in December apart from the one that I have when I want to go out on my trip. So I will be doing a lot more streaming during that week. So there is plenty of time here. Now, explaining as towards why I've been absent. Well, as I said, on Wednesday, I had the leak in my closet. And then I had a dentist appointment later this week. And of course, yesterday was the wrestling show. So this week has been very complicated to stream. So apologies in advance, and apologies in advance for later, because I think there may be another dentist appointment that I have tomorrow, I believe. But I don't think it's going to interfere into the streaming of tomorrow too much. Okay, so after that, we have been running a straw poll, and I was asking, which game would you like me to play as a fourth option? Because I played Resident Evil 7. I am currently playing Little Nightmares, and I'm also going to be playing Dead by Daylight. So a couple of the options were here, and the fourth option, the winner, is Slender the Arrival. So congratulations, Slender the Arrival. 1 vote and you won. Now don't worry, because here's what I'm going to plan. I'm planning on doing. As you know, I've been doing both horror games and Subnautica. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Subnautica on pause for a bit. And I'm going to try to incorporate more horror games. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, because I also want to play Layers of Fear. And I also want to play that game that you recommended Saturday night. That's also another game that I want to do. Ib or whatever Ib or Bib or Ib, or it's that game that you sent me. So I want to play that one as well too. And also Miss Mr. Bum Break. What is going on, man? Oh my God, is it too? It's too bright. Oh, hold on. I just noticed this. Ib. It's too bright. Hold on. It's too damn bright. It's too. Okay. It's a little better. Anyway, so Mr. Bonebreaker, how's it going? I just call her IB. Okay, so now it's a little too dark. Yeah, I've got the screen over here, so it's like less distracting. So anyway, but yeah, IB. I'm gonna incorporate IB, and I'm also gonna run another poll, because I ran this poll that y'all see down here. But anyway, I'm going to do another poll. And I'm gonna take the second place one, and I'm gonna see if I could put in another couple of games here, so we could, incorporate some more horror game goodness. And well, anyway, you've been busy. I know. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen Mr. Bonebreaker's been away. I'm missing him so much. Oh. But I'm glad that you're here now. I'm glad that you're here, Mr. Bonebreaker. And you know what? IRL is more important than this, because this is I'm enjoying it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I just got my first payout from Twitch. Finally, after months of doing this, because of you guys, I got my first payout. So honestly, nothing but thank yous to all of you for sharing my stream, for following me, for bits, for subs, for everything. Even if you just lurk, thank you, because you're taking time and watching my stream. Yeah, man, I got when I was because Anne, I'm in Moonstrike. I'm with Moonstrike and Vision's cell phone plan, so I give them an amount every. Oh, thank you, Mr. Slater. Thanks for the tip, Matthew. This is like little incorporations of everything horror. It's all over. This stream is horrifically amazing. By the way, Matt, the show was pretty swanky. I'm gonna send you some photos later, so you could see. I give you a couple of photos. It was actually, I think there were less people in this show. I think. I don't know if there was something else going on in the area, but there was like but it was still a really good show. It was really entertaining, especially at the end, which Heavy Machinery got involved. Heavy Machinery are hilarious. Those guys, that tag team is absolutely bonkers. Now, the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about before we get started with the news stuff that we got today, it's as I said earlier, there are less articles to talk about this day, and I think part of it is because of all the stuff that I had to do, plus all the modifications that I did. If you notice, there's a lot of different things like say this and this and this, and of course changing a whole bunch just to get it to the theme. I'm also going to be decorating this back wall with some Halloween stuff. I want to get into the spirit of Halloweeny. I've never do that. I never do Halloween that much because it's just to me. Not that Halloween is incredible and amazing, and I love watching horror movies, but you know, I'm alone, and I don't know if I don't feel that invested in going out and buying stuff, because to me it just kind of feels like it's a waste. But Twitch has become sort of like a motivator to just kind of just like do things like a Halloween splurge a little bit, buy a mask or get some lights, or you know, and I can't black out the light even if I close up the blinds, but I've, you know, could do some stuff. I'm doing terrific, Mr. Bonebreak. I'm doing great. I know that work is hell. Work has been also a bit rough because we ended up losing a couple of people. So I might get asked to do more stuff. Yeah, I know. I've been looking at, I went to Party City, and I also went to some Halloween stores. So I'm going to put up like a little budget. I'm like $50. And I'm going to take with $50. I want to get like a mask and a couple of decorations and maybe some lights. Some lights back there. Oh my God! That's the race down in Africa. It's gonna be sometime the season ever so. You, Jocko. Woo! Jocko is here, Mr. Africa Boy. Africa Boy. Oh my Lord. Jackie! I'm sorry. Let me get it into. Let me get into spawner. Jacko, what's going on, Jacko? What is up, Jacko? Well, anyway, getting excited. But anyway, my thought on the future of this thing that I'm doing is, I also don't just want to give you guys what's been happening. I also want to look into little its and pieces of like expand on the stories, like not just, you know, because me and Matt had a really good conversation last week, and I was kind of surprised when he said that I was basically his source of gaming news. And then he kind of made it seem as though, like, look, there's some people who they go to specific people. And while you're not a journalist yourself, I mean, you do report on what's happening. And even though I didn't do the research that they did to first announce, I'm like, you know what? I would like to get, like, less stories, but with more detail. Look into them deeper. And I'm experimenting with this so that way, if we go on further and we do more news, I could add more stuff, but we talked about it a lot bit more. Not sometimes I go 5 minutes and then we move on to the next one. So I want to just die. Yeah. No, you're not an accidental producer, man. But the real thing is that that you do have a point. I mean, I kind of want to dive into it a little more because, but you know what? If there is a slow week, then we'll just discuss most of them all around. And I'm prepared for Halloween. 22 pounds full of sweets from Haribo. I know Saturday night, but unfortunately, even whether it's the longer one or the more detailed one, that's a lot more work. So I don't think that one's happening, but I'm holding myself to all other options here. You're going to grab a drink? Two, it's just really a lot of work that goes into like diving into the prep work of getting a more detailed cast. But I am open to suggestions, and Saturday night I am not throwing that possibility out of the way as well too. But for now, that's kind of the direction I want to go to. And also, I'd like you all to notice that right now my microphone is being held by a new system. If you look closely, you notice these two things that are here. These are zip ties. Because, look, my thing broke, the microphone thing. This has been a while for a while. This is made out of like a poor material, and it broke. And then the thing that adjusts this thing broke as well. So I'm like, okay, I need to go to Sam Ash after this to buy a mic grip to hold this here. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a deep breath. Let's relax for a moment as we talk a little more about Telltale Games. Now, for a recap, for those of you who do not know, Telltale Games has closed, shut down. It let go. It's not shut down yet, but about 200 people were let go on the same day. Oh my God, it's Lucy Pendragon. Oh my God. Lucy. Hi. Why am I waving this way? Oh, because the chat is that way, because I'm looking at you. I am doing good, Lucy. How are you doing? How's it going with you? Are you keeping the guinea fort guarded? Are you guarding the guinea fort? Because I know you're head guinea. You're one of the head guineas. So the guinea fort needs to be protected. You're like a sergeant on the guinea army. You're great. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, anyway, Telltale is basically a walker at this point. Unfortunately, I think it's even lower than that. Because if it's any of this report, no, I know who the head guinea is. I don't want to, Ali Kalin is the head guinea. The guinea goddess. That's her. That's her. So, okay. So, as a recap, 200 people were let go from Telltale because Telltale couldn't secure funding. They couldn't get a partner to financially support their projects because, as you know, if you've researched enough about Telltale, they acquired way too much staff and they acquired way too many projects, and they had them. And basically, what Telltale did was the equivalent of, say, this is a mortar, and Telltale employees are little grains of pepper that are like round, and the bosses were like doing this and this and this, and and instead of stopping, they just add more pepper and pepper flakes, and they're like grounded, and that's crunch. That's what's considered to be crunch. Now, oh really? Head guinea could be considered a slur? Oh, I didn't know that. But no, in the context, Lucy Pendragon is part of the Order of the Phoenix. I'm sorry, the Order of the Guineas, and she's a head guinea. Oh, so guinea is an Italian slur. Oh, Well, ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, when I talk guineas, I'm talking not about Italians. I like Italians. I love their food. I love your country. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, now, when Telltale employees were all let go, they also let go the staff that worked on games that were coming out, including Left 4 Dead. Okay? Left 4 Dead? No, The Walking Dead. Left 4 Dead is still in the realms of, like, where the heck are we getting a sequel? I'm talking about Telltale Games' The Walking Dead. Now, there is actually good news coming in just a few moments, but let us dive. Because apparently the Skeleton Crew, there was supposed to be Becky, behave. Okay? Becky, we're talking about getting laid off. There's a word after that. Okay, so after Telltale's staff got let go, there was a Skeleton Crew that was working on another project. And, well, this is the project that they were talking about. This was first announced, that was brought up, and this was like, they were doing an exclusive service for Netflix. Now, the Netflix project was Minecraft Story Mode. Now, according to this, to Tech Radar, which were the first people who broke this story, apparently what this is, you know how you could watch Red versus Blue on Netflix? Well, essentially what you do is, this is like an interactive movie. It's like they turn the game into an interactive movie. So you can control the actions of what's happening, what you're watching with the controller. Now, it's delivered via video files. And you can control, like, say if you own a Roku, you could control it with your Roku controller, with your Apple TV, you could control it with your Apple TV controller, and so on and so forth. It's an interactive movie. So basically, if you take away the ability to move around and progress, essentially that's what you get in this game. It's just doing it on its own. Now, this is what the Skeleton Crew at Telltale were working on. Now, this was in June 13th of 2018. Now, apparently, this was reported by this fellow individual by the name of Nick Pino, which is the senior home entertainment editor. This guy basically, he does tech reviews, but he also announces, he also focuses on talking about stuff gaming related. So he does not just tech reviews, but he also talks about the stuff that's happening in the world of gaming. So this guy, I think this dude's on the mark. Now, unfortunately, the bad news is that the Skeleton Crew, that's about 20 employees that were working on Minecraft Story Mode, apparently they've been let go. Now, this was reported by a former narrative designer from Telltale Games, Rachel Noel, who calls herself Rachel Necronoelicon. You know how you could tell that people work with stories? It's because their nicknames are twice as cool as everybody else's. So this is what Rachel Noel says, hey, remember how there was going to be a Skeleton Crew staying on for a while and I was part of it? Nah, just kidding. We all just got laid off too. Now, apparently that meant to people think that this was the end of Telltale. But if you scroll down below, a little low below that, it says, thank you guys for the sympathy. I'm grateful for the support. My intention here was to update y'all about my status. I don't have anything further to say about what's next to the company. I think there was some misunderstanding about my earlier message. There are still good people at the company. My team is gone. essentially what this means is that yeah, this is old news, but we've never talked about this. So that's essentially what's happening here. So essentially what ended up happening was there are still people at Telltale apparently, but the skeleton crew, the people that were supposed to be fulfilling the responsibilities for the Netflix Minecraft story mode thing, I'm thinking that they were laid off because they're probably done. If you actually go to Netflix, you could actually see the details here. It's basically an interactive game, but it's considered to be, it's kind of like a movie. Now, apparently, according to the article, they've also done, Netflix has actually done this before, in which they have created like an animated movie, but it's more interactive. This is aimed for kids, obviously. Minecraft's more for kids. This is something that was liked by a lot of people. And I guess this is what is happening. It's basically like an interactive show for kids, essentially. Which, you know what, I'm not against. Because, hey, you know what? If you could turn something that was gotten rid of and repurpose it for something else, that's fine. But this is just another example of why Telltale's not here anymore. At first, they were a small team focused on doing a bunch of really great products. Then they just became a big team putting out whatever they got, like in quantities. They were working on games simultaneously. And that led to all of this happening. Now, that thing is going to come out on November the 7th. So if you've never played Minecraft Story Mode, you could watch. You could watch Minecraft Story Mode. Now, it's old news considerably. But I found out about it earlier this week. So I didn't know that the skeleton crew had been let go. Now, what was the good news? What's the silver lining from this? I mean, we're not going to get The Wolf Among Us 2. We're not going to get the Stranger Things game. We're not going to get any more Telltale games. But there is a silver lining. It's actually, I sent it on Discord as soon as it happened. I think you were tagged on. Oh, okay. Well, I think I might have seen it, but I didn't quite read into what actually happened, but I did. But essentially, this is a bummer because that just means there really isn't anyone's gonna save Telltale. It's gonna be gone eventually. I mean, I'd say about 90% of the people were all let go that day a few weeks ago. And I'd say about another 5% are gone. So whoever's left there, they're just finishing stuff up. Telltale is going away. I'm sorry. That's not the news that you wanted to hear. I want to report that Telltale found someone to fund and bring everybody back, or not bring everybody back, because you can't bring everybody back. That's the whole reason this whole thing started. You had too many people and you had too many projects. But apparently, I also saw a video that apparently the CEO that ran that company was very toxic as well. And that led to a lot of the things that led to this company closing. So he's a big factor about that as well. But the overall problem was that they just had too much on their plate and they weren't making enough money when they were releasing said things. This is the quantity over quality problem. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is a silver lining, because guess what? The final season of The Walking Dead was saved by Skybound Games. Now, what is Skybound Games? Skybound Games, it's a division of Robert Kirkman's company. Now, Robert Kirkman is the creator of The Walking Dead. if anybody has read the comics or anybody's watched the show, they should know Robert Kirkman is the guy that runs Skybound. He's the CEO, and they're the ones that that create the Walking Dead comic, and it's published by Image, but it's their main theory. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, The Walking Dead has been saved. Now, Kirkman announced that former members of Telltale will assist in finishing this game. Now, this is the tweet that Skybound Games put out, and he says, "We are so happy to announce that we've reached a deal with Telltale Games that will allow Skybound to continue The Walking Dead, the final season. Let's wrap out Clem's story right. More details to come soon." Never watched The Walking Dead either. The first episode was boring. Get out of here, Jocko. Get out of here. You're just like Spawner. You don't like anything. I'm kidding, by the way. But what did Skybound Games do? Well, Skybound, because Jocko was wondering who was Skybound, Skybound Games made Slime Rancher. Yay! Slime Rancher is a good game. And they also made The Long Dark. That's right. They were a part of The Long Dark. This game was an early access game, and then it got retail release, and it's actually a very good survival game from what I've heard. But I think they are releasing retail versions of these games. Slime Rancher is actually a pretty good game. But The Long Dark is, for those of you like survival games, that is, I think The Long Dark is that you're this dude who is in a wintry, I think it's like I think it may be a post-apocalyptic story, but the premise is that you're this dude who is in a foresty area, and it's full of snow, and it's a very Arctic environment, and you're being hunted by wolves. Now, the concept of the game itself is, I think it's a lot more character driven, because it's a survival game, but it also has like an adventure game element to it. Yeah, you gotta definitely watch these if you like. Let me link you to Skybound Games. Now, unfortunately, this is it. This is Skybound Games' website, by the way. I wish I actually tried to find like a more on Skybound Games' site, but this is like a placeholder website, and this is all I'll see. But the bottom line is that the Walking Dead, yeah, I know it's weird. Well, if you wanted to get the point across that you guys make games and you guys made these games, well, there you go. They make those games. But Skybound is going to finish The Walking Dead. Now, they are bringing in former Telltale employees to assist in making this possible. And the reason why that's good is because when you bring... You could say that it's Firewatch in winter, but I think it's longer than Firewatch. I think Firewatch is like 3 hours long, and I think this, it's I think it's a little more longer than that. So yeah, Long Dark's looks pretty good. And because of games like Subnautica, I kind of want to dive into more survival games now like that. So, but anyway, bottom line is someday they're gonna bring in people from The Walking Dead, preferably the people who worked in the story, just the people who were focused on just making that game. Bring them back, finish this game. Now, for now, we've got 2 episodes of The Walking Dead. Okay. I think it's safe to say that 3 more episodes are going to be made, or 2 more at the least. So the hiring will probably take some time. Then they have to reorganize and get them resettled. And then, of course, you have to get the game back in the works, and it's gonna take some time. So we might not see episode 3 for a few months, but at the very least, we are getting a conclusion to Clementine's story, and that's the silver lining if I've ever seen one. Yes, Telltale Games is done. It's over. It's finished. You will never see a second game of The Wolf Among Us. You will never see another Batman game. You will never see another Guardians of the Galaxy, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, or but honestly, we could reminisce about Telltale's past all day long if we could. But, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting resurrected. It's gonna be great, and I'm very happy about this. I'm very happy that, yeah, while hundreds of more people are still without a job, at the very least, you know, they're thinking about the fans. Like Robert Kirkman wants a finality. A finale. They want finality to this. And Robert Kirkman likes this story with Clementine. I'm happy for... Oh, yeah, of course. How do you find the first episode of The Walking Dead boring? That's the episode that establishes everything. I'm like, that was one of the best episodes, and that was just the first one. Spawner's responsible for Telltale game downfall. Well, I haven't heard anybody cover the factors that Spawner brought in to ruin Telltale, but I'm not gonna go research this. I actually kind of believe it. Okay, Jacko. I'm gonna move on to the next story in just a moment, but I think the first episode is mainly to establish that, okay, this is zombie apocalypse. You gotta set up this is a zombie apocalypse. You gotta set up that the world has ended. You gotta set up things a little bit slowly, but from that episode, things do pick up. They do pick up. You watch the first episode, it feels like, okay, it's very slow. But when Rick meets the first set of survivors, that's where the show actually gets like very, very good. This is all set up and establishment, but honestly, I think I bought Minecraft Story Mode at Telltale itself back in the day. Always saying don't buy them on Steam. Look, Spawner thinks that if you buy stuff from Steam, the people don't get it. But you know what? The price you pay is okay. You don't get the full amount, but the Steam is a bit unfair when it comes to taking a piece of your money. But then again, that's just how business is. This is how business. If you want your platform to host, you have to pay the company for your game to be there. So that's just the reality. But if I mean, and also Steam is a lot more popular. So honestly, but that's besides the point. But anyway, I almost forgot. I actually reached out to Skybound Games to get a little more information about how many people from Telltale were connected, or how many people were getting brought in from Telltale to finish this game. What was the percentage between Skybound and Telltale? And I did try to get a response back. I tweeted at them like a few days ago. I didn't hear back. I'm just going to I didn't get like any notifications from them, so it's safe to say that they didn't answer my question, which rude. Which is rude, but that's okay, because you know, who am I? I mean, like, I'm a nobody still, so they're not gonna talk to me. I mean, they're gonna spill the beans later to maybe like a Jason Schreier or someone else. But Anyway, guys, that's the extent, the gist of what's going on with The Walking Dead, Telltale, and pretty much anything else related. There's no word on to when episode 3 is going to come out. There's no word as to Telltale's future at the end. It's at its rope, what's going to happen to them. So essentially, we could conclude that for now, Telltale's pretty much still done, but The Walking Dead is coming back, the final season. So guys, if you're itching to find out what happens to Clementine at the end, y'all have to be a little patient because it's going to take some time. Next up, we have a very interesting development in regards to an author of a book series that wants to have his set of stories be made by CD Projekt Red. So, the author of the Mistborn series, Brandon Sanderson, wants CD Projekt Red to make an adaptation of the Mistborn series. Now, CD Projekt Red, you guys don't need me to tell you who they are again, but if for those of you who don't know, they're the developers of the Witcher games, and they're also the developers and publishers of Cyberpunk 2077. My body's ready for that game. Okay, so he wrote, now this whole thing stemmed from a Reddit post that Brandon Sanderson posted himself. Now, I'm going to read you the entire post, and then I'm going to discuss a little bit of who is Brandon Sanderson, what is the Mistborn series, and why it sounds like a pretty cool idea. So, this is what the author of the Mistborn adaptation said. It says, you guys might find this amusing. I read this thread last night at about 3 and came really close to posting, Dear CD Projekt Red, you can have the Mistborn rights if you want them. But this was looking like it would explode as a thread, and I really didn't want to wake up to several hundred replies in my inbox. I have work to do today. In all seriousness, I'd love to do something with CD Projekt Red. They've made by far the best book-to-video adaptations ever. It's the sort of thing that the rest of us salivate over, if for the simple reason that the entire genre, books, films, and games, benefit from something high quality on the market like the Witcher games. I guess what he's trying to say here is that this could lead to people reading the Witcher books, which ironically, the author of the Witcher books is suing CD Projekt Red. I guess it's because he didn't. No, the reason is because he wants like residuals or something.
Almost done.
One more. James Conn, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Thanks for the host, Sugar. Thank you for the host, Jocko. Oh my god, I like that. I like that Halloween kappa, dude. Zombie kappa? Very nice. Well, anyway. Yeah, like I read that the original writer was apparently like didn't get paid a lot to acquire the rights, but then the game exploded, and then apparently he felt. But here's the thing. The guy that wrote the Witcher books apparently doesn't think that video games are a big deal. They're not that good, and they're not as good as people say they are. But then again, he's a writer, he's old, he's stupid, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But now he's trying to sue CD Projekt Red. I mean, like, have at it, bro. The Witcher games are better than your books, so that's all I'm saying. But anyway, Brandon thinks completely the opposite. He says it'd be great if you could have the medium of video games tell their stories. I would seriously consider giving CD Projekt Red the rights to my books for free, because the overall cultural impact that a great story adaptation can have is enormous, though I suspect they're done dealing with self-important fantasy authors and are likely more interested in creating their own IPs. And this is kind of like a direct jab at the writer of the Witcher books, because he was saying that stories and books are like much better than they are in video games. And I think that he knows that they're actively suing. He's actually suing them here. So, but anyway, I spent $42 on bits, and after multiple duplicate emotes from Twitch crates, I finally got them all. When you had them all, you got the. What is Twitch crates? And you spent $42 on bits? Wow, Jocko. That is some commitment. Okay, so let's touch a little bit about what the Mistborn series is. Now, I did a little research. I have heard of the Mistborn series, but the Mistborn series is composed of a couple of books, starting with The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, The Hero of Aegis, followed with The Alloy of Law, The Shadows of Self, The Bands of Mourning, and then there's a book that he's working on actively. It's called The Lost Metal, which is the fourth and final book in the Mistborn era 2. So I guess there's like 2 eras. So this is the description of the Mistborn series. So Mistborn is an epic final. Every time I see the word fantasy, I just want to say final. Okay. Damn it. Damn it, Square. Mistborn is an epic fantasy trilogy and a heist story of political intrigue, surprises, and magical martial arts action. The saga dares to turn a genre into its head by asking a simple question: what if the hero of prophecy fails? What kind of world results when the Dark Lord is in charge? There were like 6 different emotes to collect. For every cheer, it gave you a Twitch crate. You also get Twitch crates for every game you buy here on Twitch. That's how I got multiple special emotes. Wow. That is commitment. But anyway, I'm going to read you the description of the first book because that's the setup. In a world where ash falls from the sky and mist dominates the night, and evil cloaks the land and stifles all life, the future of the Empire rests on the shoulders of a troublemaker and his young apprentice. Together, can they fill the world with color once? Oh. I can't do it too well because my voice is kind of out. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy that is willing to just give the rights of his story. He's willing to give them for free. So he's willing to not make a cent at all. Now, obviously, DMG Entertainment says that it's licensed for the movie rights of the entire Cosmere universe. The Cosmere universe, that's the Mistborn stuff. But anyway, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brandon Sanderson. So let's read a little bit here. He's an American fantasy and science fiction writer. He is best known for the Cosmere universe, in which is mostly his fantasy novels, most notably the Mistborn series and the Stormlight Archive. He's also the guy who finished Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Now, The Wheel of Time was written by Robert Jordan. Now, Robert Jordan was ill, and he was about to die. Yo! What up, yo? What's going on? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to the LiveCast. How you doing? How have you been? Well, he's the author. He's also like finished writing the books for for Robert Jordan. Robert Jordan's wife and him chose Brandon Sanderson as the perfect author that understood the Wheel of Time to finish the books. That is kind of incredible. But let me see what else. But yeah, he also does a podcast for called Writing Excuses. So he also helps people with writing and stuff like that. So now everything I've seen and read based upon a bunch of what I've seen based on the Mistborn series, this is actually a pretty epic tale. So if CD Projekt Red is listening, listen to what Brandon Sanderson is giving you. He is offering this for free. Understand this. You don't have to pay him to use the rights of a series of books he's been working on for years, since like the mid 2000s. This guy is a really good writer, and he's also very charismatic, and he's also got a really good podcast in my opinion, with Writing Excuses. And he's also was the guy that Robert Jordan specifically picked to finish his story. The Wheel of Time. I don't read The Wheel of Time, but I've heard The Wheel of Time is like one of the most epic stories ever written. And they picked this guy, Brandon Sanderson, to finish the book. I am dying. I need someone to finish this story. I need you to finish this story, Brandon. I'm going to give you my notes. My wife's going to help you. And you're going to finish my stories. And that is kind of epic. That's actually really, really epic. Like, you set up this this whole entire universe. And this is how you're known. And you're about to die, and you know you're going to die. And then you're looking for someone to finish this. And all of a sudden he looks at you and goes, yes, you. That's who you should be talking to, CD Projekt Red. Okay, so there are not going to be any more Witcher games in terms of the main story. Okay. There is going to be Witcher games, but they're more like Gwent story mode. But once you release Cyberpunk 2077, once you release, I think it's called Stormbreaker or Thronebreaker, whatever it's called, I think you and CD Projekt Red, Brandon, need to sit in a room and talk, because that would be a terrific idea. I mean, because we're talking about like a fantasy world. I mean, they've done sci-fi, they've done fantasy already. That could actually be a pretty good oh, Leffen. Okay, hold on. But anyway, but yes, that's what we're talking about today. Brandon Sanderson, if you are serious about CD Projekt Red making your game, please bother them every day. Bother them relentlessly. Bother them to your heart's content, and make sure that they take claim of your freaking story, because you're giving it away. I mean, you're giving it away. You're giving away your story for free. You're not going to make a dime out of this. Let them know, hey, this is what the story, this is what Mistborn is about. These are the characters, these are the places, this is everything. This is all yours for free. Do what you want with him. Make it as bombastic and as explosive as you want. I'm not going to charge you guys. He doesn't care. Put your head down so my wife can see yourself same. Oh, hi. Oh, you want to see my hat? Oh, okay. Here is the. This is a Gears of War hat, by the way. This is a Gears of War hat. This is the crest of the Marcus Phoenix's family crest, and this is JD with the new crew. I bought this like a year ago, I think. I don't remember. But it's a pretty swank hat. I love it. I love it. Everything game related, I just buy as a hat. By the way, hello, Mr. Chico Ninja. What's up, Jose? Hello, Jose's wife. How's it going? How's it going? All right. So that's it for wish make believe land. So I do wish that they do that. So oh yeah. I forgot to put this one away. It's this one. Yeah, this is the Zelda hat that I was wearing. I always wear snapbacks. I like snapbacks. They're hats big enough for my huge head. So, the next bit of news that we're going to talk about is that Obsidian might be close to be bought out by Microsoft. Now, try not to get distracted by this, as this is like a GIF that just keeps playing over and over and over and over. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sources, this is reported by Tell Him I Love It. Well, you can buy those hats at Hot Topic. In Hot Topic, they sell a bunch of these hats. You could go to GameStop. You could go to Target in the gaming section. You could also go to Hot Topic, and there's a bunch of these. So yeah, if she wants one of these, tell her to go to the mall and go to Hot Topic or GameStop or Target to the gaming section. And you'll see a bunch of swagwear like this. I love these hats too. And you could tell her I'm not done either. So anyway, this news comes from Kotaku, from Jason Schreier. This was on Tuesday. And he reports that Obsidian and Microsoft might be coming close to forming up. Like, Microsoft has recently been purchasing a bunch of studios to increase their game development in-house, but it looks like there is a sources are indicating that Microsoft might be close to purchasing Obsidian Entertainment. Now, what is Obsidian? Okay, so Obsidian Entertainment. Now they're the ones. Now these guys are the guys that made the Pillars of Eternity games. They made South Park: The Stick of Truth. They also made the Fallout game that everybody loves, that says it's better than Fallout 3. I don't agree, but whatever. Fallout New Vegas, which is an incredible game, by the way. They also made Neverwinter Nights 2, Alpha Protocol, and they also worked on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, The Sith Lords, the sequel to one of my favorite freaking games of all time, Knights of the Old Republic. These guys are monsters. Now, so far, there's like 2 accounts. So far we're hearing that this is completely true, but others are saying that this is like not official. So now, what currently Obsidian is doing now is Obsidian is working on a game which is getting published by these guys, Private Division. Now, Private Division is like a sub company. It's like a label that was created by 2K Games. It's like for mid-sized games. So essentially, they basically made like a publishing company for smaller games. And Obsidian is currently making a game for 2K under its Private Division. Now, in terms of what they've done, they've only just been formed this year. So this is all they've done. They've just done the Kerbal Space Program Enhanced Edition, which I guess is just as a way to get the game out to PlayStation and Xbox One. That's kind of what their deal is for. But yeah, so this is like a division right now. Obsidian is not working, but according to what Jason Schreier says, he says that the deal is about 90% done, and that another source says that it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of when, not what if. So basically, what he's saying is that it's done. It's a done deal, but it's just we just don't have a time frame to tell you when it's going to happen. Now, what this means is that Microsoft will own Obsidian Entertainment. Now, Obsidian Entertainment is a small company. They're an indie company. A lot of their games are made through, like, for instance, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2 were made because of the Kickstarters, and they might have gotten private funding as well, but they got money from Kickstarters. So essentially, that's how they've gotten a couple of these games. Now, if you're purchased by a big company like Microsoft, that will secure a lot of funding, and you'll get a lot more money to make the games that you want to make. They won't be cheaper. Now, they've relied on it to get their in-house games made, like the first Pillars of Eternity and Deadfire, which is the sequel. Now, having Microsoft could help them do bigger, better games, but the rumor of this is that the reason that they're very interested in obtaining Obsidian is because Obsidian can provide Microsoft with PC games that are more exclusive to, they're more exclusive for the PC, because right now they have Xbox, and none of the Xbox games that are coming out are exclusive to the Xbox anymore. You could also get them on PC if you want to. But obtaining Obsidian could be a way that they can make games through Microsoft into the PC market, because a lot of the games that Obsidian makes are games like Pillars of Eternity. This is a game that's mostly played, I think, by people who play PCs. This is a CRPG. This is a CRPG essentially. You got resource management down here, and you progress with the story, and then you use tactics and you acquire magic. And if Microsoft does buy Pillars of Eternity, the developers, Obsidian, they could also find a way that they could get. I think Pillars is already out on Xbox, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jocko. I don't know if the Pillar games are out for Microsoft or PlayStation. But for now, let me just put it this way: Obsidian makes PC games more than anything. They were formerly Interplay. They made the original Fallout games as well too. So they are more known to be more for gaming. So actually, let me take a look. Let me check Pillars of Eternity. Hold on. Let me double check here. We'll double check. I should have done my research, damn it. Oh yeah. Here it is. It came out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 last year. Okay, so these games came out 2 years ago solely for PC, exclusive for PC. But they're on Xbox and PlayStation 4. But they had to come up later. So Pillars of Eternity apparently is one of the better games that have come out that are CRPG based. So that's a good thing. I mean, if Microsoft acquires them, they're a very creative company that is going to have the backing of Microsoft. This is like Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory made the Hellblade game, and they were acquired this year by Microsoft. And they said, we will go with you if you do not put any boundaries on us, and if you do not force us to put any microtransactions into the games. If you let us be us, let us be creative, we will accept and you can purchase us. And Microsoft said, yes, we're not going to put any restrictions on you. Ninja Theory, you do the games you want to do. And if that's what it'll take for Obsidian, that is a great, fantastic deal. Obsidian, I think if this is true, then it's great news. because we'll get more Pillars games, and Obsidian will be able to make other games as well too, and maybe Chris Avallone and the rest will get back together and make great games as well too. So honestly, that's great news to me, at least. That's good news. But anyway, but there's no like official like it's going to happen. It could still fall through. I mean, it could still fail, but we don't know until it actually like we get some further confirmation. Now, the next bit of news is that the CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime, is leaving. He's a cool CEO. He's a pretty cool dude. Sadly, fuck you, Jeff, is not leaving. And he's still in charge of Overwatch. So, yeah, that's fucked. But anyway, for those of you who do not know, I'm going to read a little bit about who Mike Morhaime is. And essentially, this is who he is. He is the co-founder. He's one of the co-founders of Blizzard Entertainment, who was founded under Silicon and Synapse. And he's a former president of the company, video game dev, and he's also, which is owned by Activision Blizzard. Okay. He served as the president of Blizzard Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of Activision Blizzard, Inc., and he served on the Vivendi Games Executive Committee since 1999, when Blizzard Entertainment became a subsidiary of Vivendi Games. Now, he has been... Blizzard will never close its doors. And you know what, Jocko? They could they could stop with Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch and Hearthstone, and they still keep World of Warcraft, and they'd be fine. But now they're producing their games on Battle.net, and Black Ops is now using Battle.net to host it. So I don't think that Blizzard's going anywhere, but I actually don't want them to go anywhere. But anyway, here is the letter, and I'm going to read it verbatim. From Mike Morhaime. Dear members of the Blizzard community, when Blizzard's founder Alan Adham first invited me to join him in creating Silicon and Synapse, our original name, nothing could have prepared me for the amazing adventure that we would share for the next 27 years. Our original mission and values consisted of 4 simple words that form our foundation. We make great games. We crafted that statement before we had even released our first game, but we were committed to living it up. After many years of working with some of the industry's most talented people to create games and worlds for you to play in, I've decided it's time for someone else to lead Blizzard Entertainment. I will now serve as an advisor to the company I so love and admire. My duties as president of Blizzard will be assumed by my friend and colleague, trusted advisor, and longtime steward of World of Warcraft, J. Allen Brack. Okay, Blizzard can stay, but please, Call of Duty should be canceled forever. Activision needs to quit it and start making a new shooter franchise properly. Jocko, I think Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is actually doing really well, so I don't think that's going to happen. As much as I would love Call of Duty to change financially, if the games are still selling like a boatload of games, I think that it's just never going to happen. I did get tired of Call of Duty, but it's just like, yeah, and they're still gonna buy it. And that's why the game is still out, because people buy it every year. And of course, yeah, and I heard that too. I heard Blackout was actually really good. In fact, I heard that Blackout might actually be making a run for being better than like the traditional battle royales that are out there. I don't know. I haven't played Black Ops 4 yet. Maybe it's good. I have to actually play it. I have fun playing Black Ops. I have fun playing Call of Duty. It's just not my thing. Now, to continue, Jay is an inspiring leader who has shown unwavering commitment to Blizzard's community in his 12 years with the company. His leadership on World of Warcraft leveraged his vision, creativity, and commitment to quality, and together with the rest of the dev team helped deliver an experience that is unprecedented in our industry. I couldn't be happier for Jay and know that Blizzard will come to make great games with him at the helm. I'm grateful for all of the hardworking and talented people at Blizzard for their dedication and creativity. Their belief in our mission and care for our players have helped Blizzard reach greater heights than I ever could have imagined. I'm also grateful to all of you in the community. We have been through so much together. Not only have you been with me through many of the greatest moments and biggest triumphs of my life, but you've also been there through some of the most difficult. I am fortunate that I have been able to meet many of you in person, while the many messages, emails, tweets, Reddit discussions, and forums posts have provided an unbelievable connection as well. Even Twitch chat. It has even brought me joy. It will always brought me joy, comfort, and inspiration to see the beacons of brilliance, voices of reason, and passion that exists and evolves every day at our communities. When we started Blizzard, we just wanted to make great games. What we realize is that the games we create are really just a framework for communities and human interaction. When we look back, what we often find that most lasting and meaningful for our experiences in games are the relationships we create and foster. We have given you the inspiration to drive the pour my heart and life into what I do. I literally couldn't have done it without you. We have created these worlds, but you have given them life through your passion, fan art, cosplay, videos, and in so many other ways. I truly believe that this amazing community has the potential to be a shining light to the rest of the industry by setting a positive example of inclusivity, tolerance, and acceptance towards others. In the words of one of Blizzard's core values, remember to always play nice, play fair. I know this community is capable of changing the world. Mike, I think you better take a look at the Overwatch community, because the Overwatch community, I think, is starting to be really crappy. But it's one of the better communities, so there you go. It has been an honor to serve this community for over 27 years, and I thank you for the many years of support. I look forward to being a member of the community alongside with you. See you in BattleNet, your fellow Blizzard gamer, Mike Morheim. Now, a couple of the achievements that he's accomplished. I'm going to read them all for you so you guys can bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. Let me see. The Black Ops was good. The first, my opinion, they should make COD like they did in the good years and make a different game franchise for all the BR crap and futuristic bullshit. They make what sells. The new COD, yeah, there's bask in his Robin. What's up, AKA? So this is what what our boy Mike Morheim did. Okay, so in 2008, Morheim was honored in the 56th Annual Technology and Engineering Emmy Awards for Blizzard's creation of World of Warcraft. Along with Doug Daglow of Stormfront Studios and John Carmack of ID Software, Morheim is one of only 3 designers or producers to accept awards at the Technology and Engineering Emmy Awards and at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Science Interactive Achievement Awards. Try saying that loud. What we are looking at, AKA, is the description of... because the thing is that the story that we're talking about is that the CEO of Blizzard is stepping down. So we're just reading a couple of his accomplishments before we move on to the next story. So Morheim received the National Ernst & Young Entrepreneurs of the Year Award at the technology category in 2012. In 2015, Morheim received the IGDA, the Israeli Games Developers Association Game Innovation Spotlight Award. Morheim plays poker and reached second place in addition to 2006 of DICE's Celebrity Poker Tournament. In the last round, he faced Scott Fishhamak and Perry Friedman. And Ray Muzica, co-founder of CEO of game developer BioWare. So he has achieved quite a bunch. So, oh, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, aka. I'm not sure what a bitch is in the game development world. They need to take the time, work on it for years, and release a proper Call of Duty like it was besides their modern COD. If World of Warcraft was so good, why isn't there a World of Warcraft 2? That is a good question. The answer is because it's so damn good, they don't need to make a sequel. That's why it's good, man. But anyway, happy trails to Mr. Morheim. I hope that you have a great post-CEO career. AKA, and I wish you happy trails. Happy trails. I do agree that if they took their time, Jocko, they would make a better Call of Duty game. But at the same time, I think they realize what Call of Duty is and who buys it. So I don't think that they need to change it. Well, I mean, he's done it for 27 years. He's been, that's a long time. But despite what AKA thinks, I do wish you a happy trails. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the next bit of news is that Borderlands 3 is coming out in 2019. Maybe. Now, 27 years. Now, keep in mind, AKA, that 27 years, he wasn't the CEO for 27 years. He had to go up to 27 years, but he was also a game developer as well, too. So he'd been working for he co-founded Blizzard. Now, Borderlands 3 is not to be confused with Borderlands 2 BR 21. So the fuck do I know? Nothing! You know nothing. You know nothing, whippersnapper. No, it's technically Borderlands 3. Now, if you want to get into numbered games, it's technically Borderlands 5 because 1, 2, pre-sequel, the Telltale game. So it'd be technically the 5th game in the Borderlands universe. So, but this is a game that has been just hovering over people. They've been... Yeah, it's because the Telltale game, you got the Telltale game as well, too. So this is like the 5th. It does count. But, I mean, okay, so if you're going to go by just the people who make these games, but technically this is the 5th game in the Borderlands universe. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm counting them. This is my show. I'm counting them. But anyway, but back to Borderlands 3. So Borderlands is apparently there's this notion, there's this rumor that's going on. There's a report done by this YouTube channel called what mobile game? There's a mobile game? There's a Borderlands mobile game? Well, I didn't know that. Really? AKA, you're breaking my mind. What's this mobile game you're talking about? Anyway, here's the skinny. Apparently, according to these guys over at the Triple S League, that apparently Borderlands 3 is in the works. Now, we're going to watch the video. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what they mean, a little more in depth of what the localization is happening. So let's watch the Legend, the Triple S League's video. According to them, that Borderlands 3 is coming out.
Hey everyone, this is Ash for the Triple S League. I'm here with Obsidian, and we have some news regarding a somewhat popular little game series known as Borderlands.
Yes, and the particular information is around Borderlands 3. And this is really exciting because I've confirmed this from not just one, but 2 sources. that are independent of each other who happen to say the same thing who do not know each other at all.
Okay, so two people who do not know each other at all are confirming this to be a thing. Okay, so I hope he says who they are, because I'd love to research those people.
And the information we have is that they have begun localization of the game, which is a step that normally is one of the last steps that you work on.
Right, yeah, so that's where they're taking the game and they are making versions of it for different languages, different areas of the world.
That is basically a short and sweet description of what localization is. We'll get more in depth of what localization is, but essentially that's the short version. They're getting the game ready to get sent out to different countries. So
yeah, and working on a lot of audio, tweaking all of the UI, and the as you know, Borderlands is kind of a very RPG heavy game, so there's lots of stats and there's lots of items, so there's a lot of work that goes into localizing it. And what we have confirmed is that the localization has begun for multiple languages, and this has been going on for quite a few months now from what I've heard.
And this line's
okay, so essentially that's the gist. If they've been working on localizing the game for several months, that means that it's most likely this game is going to come out. I would find it would be quite funny if they include the episode from Rick and Morty where they go into the post-apocalyptic world and you fight in the Blood Dome and all that kind of shit. Okay, see, ending in Matt Muxie's Underdome, that would be pretty sweet.
ends up really well with comments from the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, which owns Borderlands publisher 2K Games. During an
we'll
earnings
get to
call,
that
the
in a
CEO
moment,
made
aka
reference to a highly anticipated title that is scheduled for release during the 2020 fiscal year, which runs from April of 2019 to the end of March 2020. Most reports are pointing to this as a reference to Borderlands 3, and Take-Two Interactive seems to believe this highly anticipated title will do very well, which at this point would be really good news for developer Gearbox Software.
This kind of
this is like a report that's saying that there is a big game that's coming out between the fiscal period of 2019 and 2020. They haven't confirmed it's Borderlands, but this report that the game is getting localized, it could very well confirm. We'll get in depth into what localization is in just a second, aka, but the short end of it basically is that they are getting the game to get released in different languages and countries and different stuff. There's a lot more that goes into localization, but yes, it's basically you make the game for different countries. Language, subtitles, manual. There's actually a ton that goes into that.
It really fits in as their next game that they're going to be releasing, and this is really cool because they also need a real big win right now. Their last game, Battleborn, flopped really hard, like really, really hard. And this unfortunately has left them in kind of a precarious situation, and they need to make sure that their next game is a massive hit. Looks like it's going to be Borderlands 3 somewhere in 2019.
So there you go, everybody.
Okay, so that's what the triple S League. Now, they're a small channel. I mean, triple S League. They only have about 20. They have 20,000 subscribers, which, you know what, that means that they got a pretty extended audience here. But they didn't say who the sources were, which is a little bit of a shame. So you think they're gonna do bitch as a language from the ex-Blizzard CEO? Well, the thing is that there's only one person, aka that does bitch, and that's him. I don't think that they're going to be spending a lot of time just to translate a game for one person. But basically, AKA asked a really good question. But it turns out there is a ton that goes into localization. But I know that you're kidding. But here is the definition according to Wikipedia. Video game localization is the preparation of video game software and hardware for sale in a new region or country. Although translating the text is a large part of localization, the process includes any changes made to the game, including altering art assets, creating new packaging and manuals, recording new audio, transforming hardware, cutting out whole portions of the game due to cultural sensitivities, and even adding sections to replace lost content. Now, this says that the decision to localize a game relies heavily on economic factors, such as the potential that could be made in a new country. As such, the process is usually undertaken either by the game developers themselves or by a third-party translating company, though unauthorized fan localizations can occur if a translation is poor quality or if a game is not going to be released in a specific language. As an industrial field, localization is still in development and lacks consistency in terms of implementation and importance. Now, let's get a little more deeper into that. Now, localization is basically there are two kinds of localizations. There is the post-goal localization, and then there's the SimShip localization. Will you cover? Really? I didn't know that. The full map? It's been Link, Jocko, Link now. Thank you. We'll look into that. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, localization, there are two kinds of localizations. There is the post-goal, which is when the game gets finished, localization gets done, which means that they have to finish to make the game, and then what they do is that then they start finding localization to be done, either through a third party or they do in-house localization. But essentially what they do is they release the game, and then that sort of happens when a game gets shipped later in Europe. That's kind of what it is. That's because of post-gold. Because what happens is that they have to wait till the game gets made, and then the game gets localized in another country. And the other one, and this is the more common one nowadays, is the SimShip, which means that you localize to a lot more countries, and essentially you're localizing the game that is still in the works. It's an unfinished product, and how that works is the company gets you a sort of the game, kind of how it's like, the notes, the script, and a whole bunch of pieces of the game. And essentially from there, you're cobbling up the translation as the game is in development. Streamlink now allows streaming to multiple devices for local multiplayer. Hold on. Now, I'm not going to be covering this in detail, but that's actually really cool. That's actually really, really cool. But anyway, and also there are 4 kinds of localizations. There are what they call here levels of localization. The first level is no localization, which means the game never comes to your country. That's one level. The second level is box and documentation localization, which means the game comes out in the language that it was made, and then you get like subtitles, the box and the documentation, the manuals, but the game doesn't get the treatment. Now, partial is when you get like the subtitles of the game. So you get subtitled localization, and then full localization, which means you get everything. The box art, the manual, and of course, the game and the game language in it. Now, what they said was, now the context of this whole thing is that localization is one of the last things that you do when the game is getting ready to come out. So if the Triple S League is right about this, and these two sources have confirmed that is actual confirmation that Borderlands 3 is going to get announced, has been in the works for localization for months, that basically means that the game is going to get announced very soon. 2019 release date is very weird, but according to that, I mean, first off, we don't have the names of the sources. So Triple S League didn't provide any information. Also, the Game Rant article only quotes them as well too. So there's no confirmation of sources of who they are. But surely you can base localization on pre-order sales per country, like you know where's most popular, so you could do them in the exactly. Those are right there what you just said, aka that's the one of those deciding factors of whether you want a game to be localized. Like for instance, if the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One doesn't sell well in Japan, I don't think that Japan would I don't think that the company making the Xbox game that's getting sold in Japan would work on getting a lot of money put in to get voice actors. So maybe they'll just do partial localization. They'll just translate everything in their language written wise. And also, that is a good way to determine what kind of localization. Maybe an English-speaking country or a partially English-speaking country, they just want the French documentation. So, you think it's going to have a straight PC port, or they're going to delay it again? No, I think that in the time when Borderlands 3 gets announced, it's going to be, and if it ships, it's going to ship to everything, because PC is, I think 2K knows that PC is where a majority of people play this game. So Gearbox has kind of always been just like PC heavy centric. But then again, if they make like a deal with Microsoft or PlayStation, it might get console exclusive first. But I don't think they're going to, because none of the Borderlands games that have come out that have sold really well. My Dixie Rack. Wow, love the name. I love the name. Dixie, welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Empanada Squad. Love the name, by the way, Dixie. Oh my God. I missed those names. When I first started streaming, there was a lot of really good names that were coming through, and I was like, wait a minute. We're not getting the double entendre names anymore. So there you go. Honestly, if it becomes console exclusive, I'll boycott. You know, I am a little concerned. Oh, I love that name too. Nobody's been clever enough to use it though. So here's the thing. Yeah, I always remember. Oh, I think we actually did get one of those. So here's the thing. 2K have been recently on a warpath. Their 2K sports games are terrible. They have microtransactions, and they have been getting strip mined through all their content. So essentially, 2K kind of ruins everything. So if they're in a financial, financial problems, they might have to do a deal to get console exclusivity at first, but I don't know if that's a thing, because here's the thing. We have no official confirmation that, yes, hashtag 2K ruins everything. Yes, thank you. I haven't gotten any confirmation, and the sources that were given were not named. So we don't know if they were a part of Gearbox, part of 2K. They didn't mention who they were. All that the Triple S League said was that they didn't know who each other were, but they had the same information, which, okay. Yeah, Mafia was good. First Mafia especially. I love that game. Mafia 1, it's a great game. But, ladies and gentlemen, if the game is getting localized, and it's been months since it's been localized, there is a good chance, if any of this is true, then there's a good chance that we might get an announcement for Borderlands. They think that it could be as soon as the Video Game Awards. So if the Video Game Awards are coming out soon, then the Video Game Awards might be the ones that announce it. There's not going to be a Sony conference coming out this year anymore. Oh, dang it. You're supposed to... Darn it. You're supposed to ask permission, but that's okay. Sorry, AKA, you got to ask permission. Actually, you know what? I do... Yeah. Actually, I want to show you something else as well here. This is what I found too. This is what we know about the game so far. And the link to the tech demo as well too. So I will play the tech demo in a second. But basically, the game is in development and nearly all of Gearbox's staff is working on it. The game will be released very shortly. It's after its announcement, according to Randy Pitchford. No, it's all good, man. Thank you. No. AKA, don't worry about it. It's the bot essentially. But yeah, we're gonna look into this here as well too. Apparently, it's going to use let me actually take a look and see if there's anything different here. Okay. So this is a lot. This is a lot of information. Man, this is actually better. This is actually kind of better. But yes, so it's yet to be confirmed. Now, it's not going to come out this year for sure, but it says that the release date is going to come out shortly after Randy Pitchford announces it. So anyway, no, you just have to ask permission and then we'll allow you. It says there was a Walmart leak, though we still don't have an official confirmation. A recent leak on the Walmart Canada page suggests that one isn't so far up. Spotted by Wario64, the retailer posted pages of several unannounced games, including Borderlands 3. Though this is an exciting possible leak for those waiting to hear more about Borderlands. Rectify Gaming has reported that Microsoft will have exclusive marketing rights to a handful of games this year. This wouldn't mean platform exclusive, just emphasis on the Xbox One's advertising campaigns and perhaps some exclusive DLC. Now, there are a couple of things out. A recent interaction between Randy Pitchford and Elon Musk has thrown yet more weight on the rumor that a new Borderlands game is in development. After Tesla CEO and all-around benevolent billionaire released a boring company flamethrower for sale as a reward for the community having purchased 50,000 hats, CEO Randy Pitchford got into contact with this. But wait, there's more. The flamethrower is sentient, its safe word is cryptocurrency, and it comes with a free blockchain. Elon, I'm going to add this to our next Borderlands game. Super serious. Let me know if you want to write the flavor text. You may have already done so. We'll have just lift it from one of your tweets. Yeah, I know, right? Walmart. And it was the same Walmart Canada that leaked Rage as well too. So that was it. So then there's this. This is the tech demo you were talking about. So
hey everybody. Any fans of Borderlands in the house? You're probably going to like this. This is Brian McNett. He's lead shader artist from the Borderlands team at Gearbox. I'm on the Borderlands team right now. We're going to show you some technology that we're building.
This is 11 minutes long, so we're not going to play this whole thing. So essentially, this is kind of like a physics demo. So he's just showing the assets, and this is the text, and showing some stuff here. Showing looking at the texture and the lighting and the shadow engine running Unreal Engine 4, how it would actually look with the Borderlands. As you could see, if you notice, this demo is more like the direct light and the shadows and the indirect lighting, and you see how it's just kind of changing right there as well too. How come they're always in financial trouble? Because they don't sell games. I think, well, part of it, I think it's because they put a lot of money in Battleborn, and Battleborn kind of flopped. So, Battleborn flopped really badly. They put a lot of time and money on Battleborn. Plus, Alien Colonial Marines didn't sell very well. Plus, Tales of the Borderlands and Borderlands, the pre-sequel, while they were good games, they didn't sell as much. Plus, not a lot of people are buying their sports games because a lot of the focus is coming into things like microtransactions. So here's a demo of, I'm assuming, is the shadow and how it's bouncing off of moving cloth. That's actually pretty sweet. Like even, oh, look at that. It's like a reflecting shadow of the outside player. So you can actually like see enemies through transparent cloth. Man, I love Unreal Engine. And here is Liquid. This is, I think this is like the physics engine for Liquid effects, it looks really, really cool. And what's going on? How's it going? This is like details of the game. So essentially, this is just more fuel to the fire that Borderlands 3 might be coming out here. I'm going to add these links as well too. So give me 1 second here. But anyway, you just woke up. Oh yeah. And they keep adding more tabs. AKA gave me a few more tabs. So thank him for more tabs. But yeah, we were just talking about how Borderlands is reported to be announced to come out next year. And then AKA actually gave me this really, really good bit of information that said that of all the things that are happening with Borderlands. Now, also the voice actor, I just read this. It says the voice actor for Claptrap has left Gearbox, so it's unlikely he'll be taking the role again. I know this is off topic, but I want to see another Saints game, but I know it'll never happen. What, another Saints Row? Man, Saints Row games are fun. I would like more Saints Row games. Saints Row 3 was really fun. Saints Row 4, I think, might have dropped the ball a little bit, but it's still a fun game. I like the Saints Row games. I like that they're like GTA, but they feel like they are definitely not taking themselves seriously, like at all. So that's a thing. I do like that. I do like that. You know, I mean, will they ever come back? I think they will. I just don't think they're gonna come back too soon. So it's unfortunate, but I wouldn't mind a Saints game. So, but anyway, Anne, can I ask you a question? Anne, have you ever read anything written by Brandon Sanderson? Like any of the Mistborn series, anything from him so far? Yeah, Agents of Mayhem, yeah. Elantris, okay. And the first Mistborn, okay. Because earlier we were talking about this, and I think you might have actually really dug this. But apparently Mistborn was okay. Now let me ask you a question. Based upon what you read, do you think that CD Projekt Red could actually like make a game if Brandon Sanderson gave away the rights to the Mistborn games, the Mistborn books? Do you think that CD Projekt Red could actually make a pretty good game or game series? Zaldi, hello. What's going on? How's it going? I don't read because I'm too lazy. Well, then that's what Audible is for, baby. Audible. Audible.com, baby. Baby. But yeah, but don't get too excited, Anne, because it's not a confirmation at all. It's just that Brandon Sanderson actually offered CD Projekt Red so yes. I think that reaction said everything. I mean, The Witcher was incredible, so they can do anything. Oh yeah, and Cyberpunk 2077 looks incredible too. My point is that Brandon Sanderson is willing to give away the rights of this. He says to CD Projekt Red, you can have the rights of this. I just want you guys to make a video game version of my world. And it's great because the current writer of the Witcher books is trying to sue CD Projekt Red because apparently he feels he deserves to get paid more, but in reality, he didn't really offer much of any input to the game. He provided the rights to the story, and they agreed it was a one-time payment. I know. Well, I mean, no. No, this isn't a deal or anything. No, which means that if you have the rights, that means you will literally cannot make any money off of it. I don't think that he can get, I don't think he could get that. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. My bottom line is that that would be pretty awesome. I've never read the Mistborn series. I've never read anything. Once you signed it over, you don't get nothing unless that's in the deal. That's true. If they have a contract, then yes. Surely if he opens up the rights, anyone can make a game? Or is it not like copyright? No, if you give your rights away to a company to make games, other people cannot make games with your story. Now, you could give like partial ownership. If it's not exclusive ownership of the rights, anyone can use them if you have a deal with them. But if he's offering them just to CD Projekt Red, if CD Projekt Red gets the Mistborn series and Brandon Sanderson wants only CD Projekt Red to make these games, no one else can do anything. Now, he could sell the rights of his book to a movie company, which is what he did here. He actually offered the Mistborn, the Cosmere universe, to DMG Entertainment, so they own the movie rights. Yeah, is what Fico said. That's what happened with Wheel of Time. He gave the rights to some company that wouldn't give them up. Amazon has them now. That's very true. So this is a very, very murky, complex ownership rights thing. So yeah, they're still hiring people for Cyberpunk 2077. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, this is a yeah, I can't wait for Cyberpunk. Guys, you got to announce your game. You got to announce a release date. You guys, I hope that next year they announce it's next year that's coming out. I want this game to come out next year. Dang, I have to take the dogs out and my phone is dead. Oh, my phone is dead? Okay, well, charge your phone, take your dogs, and come back here. But first, you take out your dogs. That's like priority number one. Okay. And one of our last stories of today is, well, aside from like the map reveal, and Jocko just gave me another article. For future references, if you guys want me to talk about certain things, please post them in this LiveCast, or whisper them to me, and then we'll talk about them. 2020 at the moment. Oh my God. Please let it be 2020, or at least the latest 2020. 2019, earliest 2020, the latest. No 2021 or 2022 bullshit. Come on. But anyway, Cyberpunk's 2077's aside, we're going to talk about Fallout 76's microtransactions. Now, there was an interview that was conducted by Larry Herb, a.k.a. Major Nelson, from Xbox, and he interviewed Pete Hines. Now, Pete Hines is obviously one of the big heads of Bethesda. He's the VP of Marketing and PR. And in this video, they go over the microtransactions that are going to be in the game. But they do talk a little bit more about this. So let's take a look. I don't know where this is, but looks pretty luxurious. I'm sure this isn't Pete Hines' house. This isn't Pete Hines' house. This cannot be Pete Hines' house. That looks like Pripyat. Where are you, Major Nelson? Where is this place?
I'm here with Pete Hines. Pete, great to see you.
Good to see you as well, sir.
Pete, what can we expect from Fallout 76?
Yeah, you see, he's the VP Worldwide Marketings, and Pete Hines hates Nazis. Fuck him. That's what he says, by the way.
At the end of the day, it is a massive go wherever you want, do whatever you want Fallout game.
Do whatever you want. He says you can do whatever you want. Sounds pretty vague. Oh, Pete makes me... AKA... language. Pete's kind of annoying to me, but...
Except this time around, you're going to be doing it with other people. So you can group up or not to help rebuild the world and explore, a huge map 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
You see, they're just kind of retouching on everything. This is going to be Fable thing, isn't it? Oh. Oh my God, you actually remember that. No, you see, what you do is you take a nut and you bury the nut, and then when you bury the nut, you're going to watch it. You're going to watch it grow. You see that? You see what I did there? With watching it grow. And then later down the road, when you're a bigger boy, it's going to be a beautiful tree. You see, that's what's going to happen. Except it didn't happen because I'm a fucking pathological liar. I'm sorry, I can't stop lying.
It is packed with stories and quests and events and stuff for you to do for years on end.
Pete, building your base and
these are... And it still hasn't happened. Yeah, he killed Fable. I agree.
maintaining your base in the last game was a big part. Tell us what you brought forward into Fallout 76.
So you still have that same idea if you worked with any workshops in Fallout 4 and
Okay.
the idea of finding locations in the world that allow you to build around them. we've sort of evolved that a little bit, and there's two basic ways to build in Fallout 76. One is when you leave the vault, you have what's called a camp. And a camp is something that every player in the game has, and it's your ability to...
Yeah, there are zombies. The ghouls. That's the version of the feral ghouls are your zombies. That's what they are, the feral ghouls. Which is basically just people that got hit with nuclear radiation, but they lost their humanity.
To put down all over the world in places that you define where you want to set up your own...
It's... Okay, so they're saying, AKA, that this game has a story, but I'm not sure if... I mean, because Minecraft is a sandbox game, but there isn't like a confirmation. But this game apparently has a story. So you don't have to play this game with multiple people, but it's obvious that this game was built to play with multiple people. So they made the game bigger. There is no NPCs, so you can't interact with anyone except the people you are with in your game. So that, to me, is weird as fuck. But, well, there you go.
Own base of operations. And it could be as simple as just dropping down the camp and maybe a storage container.
Yeah, but I think Bethesda has a better track record. They have misses, of course, but I think Hello Games, Venn diagram, Hello Games, Bethesda, they're here, and Hello Games is dead, quivering in a corner.
Buildings and defenses and workbenches and all of that stuff, resource collectors and everything in between.
Well, there's
So
a
that's
power
something that
armor.
you can place anywhere in the world, and you can move anywhere in the world. So if you find another cool location, oh, there's an awesome view here, I want to move my camp here. You literally just pull up your Pip-Boy, say move my camp, it'll say...
Okay, so they're saying is like you could take your camp and move it somewhere else. Rage was the most underrated Bethesda game. Yeah. I agree. Rage is actually pretty good. I like Rage. I think Rage 2 is going to be an underwhelming, really good game. It's going to be under the radar for a lot of people, I think, because I think Fallout 76 is going to steal its thunder. But Rage is actually, I think Rage 2 might actually be a really good... What? What do you mean you got banned by Salty? I saw Salty post something earlier. I didn't understand what he posted. He said something... Maybe might have dropped my default anti-F for F message there. What? Is that what he meant? F for F? L for L? What's L for L? Oh, he asked follow for follow? What's L for L then? L for L, is that code for something else? Well, I'm cool following you. Lurk for lurk. That is never gonna work. Look, if you want, look, it's well, first of all, thank you for dropping by. And second of all, I think that's kind of not how it works. If you want to follow, then follow. You're you're no an obligation at all to follow. But if you're asking for a follow, it was kids who have a terrible stream which will never work out. All his chat is people who type F for F. Okay. That's... Oh, that is terrible, Jocko.
It's going to cost you this much. You say, okay, and you just take all your stuff from there and you bring it and place it in your new location. The other thing that we have are these larger public workshops, and they're basically places that we've set around the world. And the first thing you have to do is claim them. Usually they're going to have enemies around, and by claiming it, you get access to a number of resources and the ability to start to build in this location. And they become particularly important because they're the best resources, or can be the best resources in the game, but they become cool sort of focal points for the public. You can obviously fight other players over them, but when you log off, those those go back to being public, and anybody else can come in and grab them.
All right. Let me give you permission to post before. There we go. Okay, AKA you could post it there. You could post the link there.
Whereas the camp is always there for you as a persistent thing. Whenever you come back to the game, the camp is always there. Your friends are able to use your camps. You can use their camps.
Pete, I know Xbox owners get early access to the beta. Tell me about that.
So they're talking about the beta now.
On October 23rd, anybody who's pre-ordered the game for Xbox is going to get access to our beta.
So this part I don't like, because you basically have to pay $60 to get access to the game earlier. To me, if you're selling the game at full price, it's not a beta anymore. It's early access. So,
which is our break it early test application.
Excuse me.
We're going to let everybody into the entire game. It's the full game to test it and see what the game is like. Everything that you do in the beta will actually transfer over to the live game when the game comes out on November 14th.
So you're basically getting the game a few weeks before the actual game comes out, but they're running stress tests weeks before the games come out. So I think, doesn't something like that, shouldn't that be done like earlier? Like maybe the beta should be now instead of next few weeks.
So if you make progress, if you finish quests, if you find cool stuff, all of that.
Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. You are parched, drink to avoid negative effects. So you have to worry about getting thirsty. So essentially they turned Fallout 76 into almost like a survival game almost as well.
Come with your character, but it's a great way.
Which, you know what, it's not bad because I love the universe.
Continue to refine and improve our game as we get to launch and beyond. It's all about taking that player feedback and constantly improving and iterating.
Pete, with the Xbox pre-order or if you purchase the game, you get 500 atoms. Tell us about what that is in game.
Okay, so this part, get drunk to avoid negative comments. Okay, so now here, Major Nelson, who looks like a chicken? Pete Hines or Major Nelson? Also, here's the thing. He just mentioned that if you pre-order the game or you buy it when it comes out, you will get 500 atoms. Oh, Pete Hines? Oh, he looks like a chicken. I agree.
So atoms are a thing that we use and hand out.
Also, I would just like to say that Pete Hines, you're breaking out in spots, so I think you need to use some like extra soap to wash your face.
You play the game. Quite honestly.
Hold on, let's start again.
If you purchase the game, you get 500 atoms. Tell us about what that is.
Hold on, let's listen.
Atoms are a thing that we use and hand out as you play the game. Quite honestly, we throw them at you all the time. So you get them as little rewards for leaving the vault, or the first time you kill a creature, or the first time you pick fruits or vegetables from somewhere.
Okay, so you see, you have like these little challenges here that says you could collect certain things, and then you get what's called atoms. So
it's a little challenge reward. Atoms are used in our shop to buy cosmetic things.
Okay, so you could get atoms, and you get these challenges to collect atoms, and you can buy cosmetics at the shop. Okay.
So new outfits or skins or things like that, and with 500 atoms, we let you go in and decide how you want to customize your character to look unique from everybody else.
And you can get those 500 atoms if you pre-order it or after it comes out if you just purchase it.
If you just buy it, yep.
Oh, okay. So essentially, it's a microtransaction system for vanity items in the game, cosmetics only. There apparently isn't. Maybe there isn't going to be. I actually did read somewhere that I think that this game was also going to be like a pay-to-win mechanic. So the point of pre-ordering is nothing. There's no reason to pre-order the game. You shouldn't pre-order. I advise people, do not pre-order video games. Do not pre-order them. Unless you're a collector. I can get 500 for like buying the game a year down the road. The line, yeah. At least the Xbox version of the game. It's the Xbox version of the game. I think that's what you get in the Xbox version of Fallout 4, 76, whatever the fuck. I think that's when you get it. I don't know if you could get it anywhere else, but let's keep going.
Pete, thanks for your time. Thanks for having us out here at the Greenbrier. Remind us of the dates again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my translation of what Pete just said. Never mind.
So October 23rd, Xbox exclusive beta starts for everybody, and November 14th, the full game will launch, and we will see everybody in Appalachia.
Look, see, he has here, 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 and here. Pete Hines is super freaking stressed, yo. Why is the man wearing orange and navy socks? What? What? Oh, you're talking about Major Nelson. Oh, my lord. Oh, hey, I like colorful socks. I don't know why he's wearing them, but I think it may be symbolic. Yeah, I like shiny socks. Crazy socks. I mean, normal socks. Like, why be normal? Okay, so essentially, translation. Oh, he's a Gators fan? Probably. Perhaps. Essentially, translation, the microtransactions are things you're never going to probably encounter, hopefully. Unless achieving the daily grind, it's harder. But at the very least, you aren't locked in to just buying the microtransactions. That's good. So that's in a nutshell what the microtransactions are. Of course, I'm not pre-ordering the game. I'm gonna wait till the game comes out. I'm gonna see if this beta that came out is worth it. I'm going to be looking at more footage. Jocko gave me an article that gave me this. It's like a map of West Virginia, man. It's like, let me see. So here's the map. Here's the map that's the can I see it? Close. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Okay. So we've got, all right, so we've got this here. Here's to the next 300 America. Country road. Country road. So I guess you got like a tower here. We've got mutant bats here. This is like a canyony area. This is more like a coal production place, I think. Uncanny caverns. The Shenandoah. I don't know what a Shenandoah is. I don't know what Shenandoah is. But there's like a wooden roller coaster here. I think this is a roller coaster. I think up here. Oh my God, the Mothman Museum. The Mothman Museum. Because it's in, oh my God, it's because it is in Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Oh my God, Point Pleasant. Oh my Lord, is the Mothman Museum. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm a huge fan of the Mothman myth. Here is Vault 76. Why does Bethesda hate New Vegas? Probably because New Vegas is a better game. That's my theory. Well, you live in West Virginia, don't you? And you live, is there an actual Mothman Museum? Is there a real Mothman Museum? Is there a real Mothman Museum? And answer the question now. and Oh, I'm gonna let you. Oh, and please. Okay. What is the Mothman? Okay, so the Mothman is it's like this myth about these creatures that show up that first started showing up in Point Pleasant, Virginia, West Virginia, where apparently they would show up. There is these big creatures that had like wings, like moth wings, and you could see their glowing red eyes. And apparently they predicted, yes, you can actually post a link. Hold on, let me permit you. There you go. But yes, but please do. Yeah, but the Mothman is like, okay, so the Mothman is kind of like the Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster. It's kind of like a creature that is a myth in legend. And apparently, oh my God, the Mothman Museum. The Mothman Museum is real. It's an urban legend, essentially. See, this is the key. Between 1966 and 1967, residents of Point Pleasant began reporting sightings of a mysterious, vaguely humanoid creature said to have glowing red eyes and massive wings. This elusive cryptid was soon dubbed the Mothman, and it quickly nestled deep into the American consciousness thanks to a few popular tomes of the encounters. Oh my God, there's an actual Mothman museum. Oh my God, it's a Mothman museum. This is so cool. And why haven't you gone? You can go any day you want. You live in the state of West Virginia. So what we got here? So this is the Shenandoah. Is this the Shenandoah? Green country. I think it's someone just freak people. Probably mass hysteria, but it's still super fascinating. So we've got giant chickens. Apparently we got giant chickens here. Giant dogs, I think. I mean, the dogs are just as big as this building. So I'm thinking they're just giant dogs. Hold on. I think I just saw a tank. Wait. Oh my God, this is I think this is like where they house the Mothman. Okay, so this is like a downed plane up here. I think this may be the Capitol building. There's a cemetery. Oh, this is a moth. Oh, this is a butterfly. Maybe this is a moth. I don't know. This is a moth. Again, and up here, oh my God, is another like it's like a big alligator thingy. Oh my God, this is actually a good setting. Here is a giant golf ball, probably a water tower. I think this is a prison. This may be a prison. I think this area is a prison. It takes 6 hours to get to Point Pleasant. And if I go visit you again, we need to go to Point Pleasant. I need to see Point Pleasant. I will drive there, we'll drive back, and we'll stay at Point Pleasant, and we'll watch and see if we can see the Mothman. Oh my God. I don't actually believe in the Mothman, but it'd just be really cool to see. Oh, don't worry, Anne. I've made my visit there once, and I'll be there again. We shall be there again. The Mothman Museum. So if the Mothman Museum is here, that means you're here. So Ranson is somewhere. I'm sorry. Somewhere around here is where Moonstrike lives. Oh my God, there's a hole there. Okay, so anyway, that's the map of and also you shared another story that says that Steam Link can now allow streaming to multiple devices for local multiplayer. It says you can play local co-op by streaming multiple devices simultaneously. You can use your Android phone as a touch controller for games by tapping to disable audio and video in the StreamLabs app. Okay, so Amongst the other updates to the client are tweaks to Stream Chat, which is no longer try to start if you're in offline mode. So if you were trying to get the Nintendo Switch controllers to play nice with Steam, but they stopped working every time the Rumble went off, that's been solved. So the full notes. Take Me Home has 169 million views. Yeah, see, now you could play, you could use your Android phone as a touch controller for games by tapping.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
That means
Awesome!
that means
There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray.
say goodbye to
Good old days. They're never coming back. Watch your future fade. I came to play to get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved.
welcome. Welcome. What's up, Mr. Awesome? How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. We've come to the end of the articles to talk about today, but we're doing a little bit of a free time here. So if you guys want to talk about anything, let me know. We'll talk about Mr. Andrew. How's it going? How you doing? You're doing okay, you guess? You guess? Why you say you guess? What's going on? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. They're done torturing with my teeth for now. I've been missing streams because of dentist appointments. But anyway, if there is but I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm going to be heading to get like a new microphone thing to hold this, because if you notice, it broke. Like it broke. So something just fell over. Hold on. It's my PlayStation controller. And yeah, so oh, actually, you know what? There is something else. I actually forgot to talk about one thing here. You're actually, oh, yeah. Earthen. It's still kind of, it's kind of wobbly. Like if you, yeah. But it's actually pretty good in there. It takes two. And I got a boatload of zip ties when I first moved in. But I think I found the next thing that I'm going to get. I actually forgot to talk about one thing, and I'm only going to just slightly touch on this. That they've announced the Kingdom Hearts, the story so far, officially announced. And basically, what this is that Square Enix is creating a compilation of every major installment to the beloved franchise all in one package. So it's only coming for PlayStation 4. So this Kingdom Hearts story so far will feature all games that will play into the Kingdom Hearts 3 in some form. Some of the games in the series will be remastered, while others will be in a movie form that will cover the specifics of the game story. So here is what's going to happen. You're going to get Final Remix, Rechain of Memories, a cinematic remaster of 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Remix, Birth by Sleep Final Mix. You're going to get a piece of recorded cinematic of Recoded, Dream Drop Distance HD, a 0.2 Black Birth by Sleep minus A Passage, Fragmenty Passage, and then something called Kingdom Hearts X back cover animated film. You know, I think this is kind of funny that this is yet another Kingdom Hearts game we're getting that isn't the sequel, but we know it's coming out next year. So I think I will be getting this game instead of everything else, because while I did like 358 over 2 days, and I've never played Recoded. I almost really don't care about it. So I think this is like a supplementary, like, oh yeah. This is just for those who just need to get filled into the game. You kind of had a random breakdown last night. Oh no. Oh no. It's a game in the middle in order to keep people interested. And there have been 800 games in the middle. And people want the third game already. So Andrew, you had a random breakdown. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about the breakdown? If you don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, just so you know that we are here. So if you want to talk about it, you know, you can let us. We could talk about that. So yeah, they're old. This game is long past due to coming out. The third game, I think that people who just want this game is just gonna come out and just be like, okay, fine, you'll talk about it, okay. Now remember, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I've spent a good deal of time for the last month trying to raise money for for something that that is a very important cause to me, which is mental health, and it's a good thing if people want to talk about it, because it's very, I think it's important. So if you guys, obviously it gets turned, this can get turned into like real, but you know what, that's what I'm here for, to make you guys feel better. If you guys are having a bad day, I hope they entertain you, make you guys feel better. So I have a soft spot for making people feel better. So, it's kind of something that I like to do. So let's get into my dashboard. But anyway, so anyway, what else? Oh, I've been replaying Dragon Age Origins. So I'm playing Dragon Age Origins again. I'm playing Dragon Age Origins in easy, and I'm playing a mage elf, a female mage elf. I am already at Lotharen now. I've gone past the first wave of the Darkspawn Horde invasion over in Ostagar. Morrigan doesn't like me that much. Alistair doesn't like me that much either. I'm trying to get Morgan to like me more, but I don't know what her deal is. You show sympathy, and apparently she just doesn't like you. It was about 3 a.m. and like an hour, I couldn't stop crying, and I wanted to throw up. Oh shit, dude. Oh my god. Was it? Do you think it may have been? Do you think it was like an anxiety attack? Is that what it is? Is that or is that what? Do you suffer from anxiety, Andrew, or does this happen often? What would you go through? I myself, I don't know if there's something wrong with me. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I have never waking up with like screaming or crying. I don't know. Maybe it's just because the way that I've dealt with things was just like leave them behind. I don't know. I have there's different people that cope differently in different ways. So yeah, I'm still here. I'm here for 7 more minutes. Andrew is giving us his story. He's telling us a story. So Morgan doesn't like anyone. It's never happened before. Oh, Andrew, I'm sorry that that happened to you today. It's very, very very strange. It's almost as if if you're feeling a lot of pressure and anger, and if you're feelings are just getting held down, it's almost as if the body just can't take it anymore. It's almost as if the body is like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna cry. I don't care that you don't want to cry. I'm gonna cry. And there have been very few times where I've just kind of gotten to the point where it's almost like I'm not in the mood. I don't fucking care. But I don't know how to deal with that. So, Mighty, what is going on? Joining us near the end. By the way, word on the street, Mighty, is that yesterday's streams between Neck and Spawner were actually really, really fun. I heard that they finally had the getting over it race, so that's got to be really fun. I'm gonna need to watch that. I'm gonna need to rewatch that. So, oh, you pulled him here? Oh, well, thank you. We're getting ready to end the stream in 5 minutes, and then after that, I'm gonna pass you over to Girl Gone Rogue. So, oh, it was a co-op drinking party. It was for Spawner's birthday? Because I know Spawner's birthday was yesterday. So, by the way, happy belated birthday. By the way, yeah, Andrew, I've while I myself have never had that happen to me, it is, but if like, say for instance, like if that happens based upon what I've heard is that when somebody is going through something and they don't talk to anybody about it, and they don't let people, like, if you don't let these emotions or these feelings or these thoughts come out, then essentially the stress will just get too much to bear, and then it's just like you're like, you can't deal with it. It'll just happen. So perhaps while she keeps making me want to get ARC, yeah, having someone to talk to really, really helps. And that's essentially is my main goal, or was like one of our main goals when we were doing the charity for Checkpoint. Checkpoint wants to end the stigma, and the stigma usually gets added because of people not wanting to talk to people that are experiencing these. So having someone to talk really, really is good. So, have things been going good with you recently? I mean, besides this episode that you had, is school stressing you out, or I think you told me that this was your last year, or there's a fear there if you tell people they'll reject you and get tired of you. Well, that's the stigma. That's because there's a stigma. Yeah, there's a stigma on that. And look, if you want to be, if you don't, the value of having someone to talk to is great. The value of human contact is great. It's a thing. You all need to, like, if you have somebody that is currently going through through mental issues, being there for them, talking to them, helping them, you don't have to like take all of the responsibility, but just being there for them is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. It's a very, very big deal. So, and not everyone has the patience. Not everybody has the interest in doing that. But is Andrew still with us here? Did he step away? Is Andrew gone? Because I haven't heard him in a few minutes. So, oh, okay, there he is. Everything has been good, but I just can't hold these feelings and thoughts anymore. Yeah, that will do it. That will do it. And if you have in my personal opinion, what I think you should do, like, is doing what you're doing right now. Is like talking about it. Like talking about it and just having someone to, just like share this to, hey, I don't feel good about holding this in anymore. I'm really fighting the temptation to not sing that song. It's, damn it. Y'all had to claim the damn phrase, can't fight these feelings anymore. Darn it. I know I'm making a joke out of this. I'm sorry. But it's but that's the reality. This is important to talk about it. And I don't do that often enough because I don't have like people near me that do that. But you know what? That's what we're here for, Andrew. Even though I'm ending the stream, if you want to get into more details about this, whisper me, and if you want to share more details about it, and then we'll talk about it. And if you want to talk to Anne, she's a good Moonstrike Lily. You could whisper her as well too. She's a great listener as well. So she's very kind. You're scared to talk to your family. Is it because of, and why? That can be a little intimidating. But here is my opinion. I sometimes get scared to talk about to my family about things that bug me as well. But if you know that your family loves you, and you know that they care about you no matter what, and you're not sure how they're going to take it, then I can totally understand that. But I think that if you roadmap this thing for them, if you're like, okay, this is not just a thing, this is something that legitimately bugs me, and I want you guys to listen. And you could ask for that. I think you can say, hey guys, I just want you guys to listen. Please don't say anything. If you guys don't want them to just like start dumping like what my dad sometimes does is like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you should do this, you should do that. You could tell them, look, I don't. You could say what you think later down, and then you could just be like, hey, this is what I have to say. Now, obviously, it does depend on the family. I don't know you. I don't know how your family is. You do not help to tell me. But it is important to talk to someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be your family. If you think that your family needs to know or should know about this, I think you should. It just kind of depends. But honestly, there are people that will listen and you could talk, and there's even people who are people who sit down with you and they talk and work out your issues as well too. If it's to that point, of course. I am not saying anything beyond that. I'm just saying that you should never feel alone, and remember that. Because that's what we're here for. That's what we are here. If you do not feel good, that's our goal. To get everybody to feel happy. I feel like I'm being drawn away in a way. Like, you mean like from your family, you mean? Like you're being drawn away? Perhaps it's because no, I don't know what you mean by that. I can't be like assuming, but Well, I could definitely relate. I could definitely relate. My family is my family's very is very Puerto Rican. They're very opinionated. They're very you should do this way, you should do this that way kind of mentality. Yeah, I think Andrew said he was in his senior year. Yeah, I think it was in his senior year. So anyway, I lost my thought. Yeah, there are times where me and my family don't connect too well either. We just don't have much of a they support what I'm doing, especially after I told them that I got like my first Twitch payout. They were very, very happy and supportive. They're a loving family and they care about me a lot, but I don't think that they really understand. I think they have a preconceived notion of who I am, which they feel the need to tell me how things should be. You should do this, stuff like that. So, but I know that they do it because they just mean well, but it's their approach. I have a party to go to later, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Ooh, I have a party to go to later, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Ooh, okay. Well, first of all, a party is a good excuse to just have fun. So, also, the party, it kind of depends what kind of a party is. Is it like a family gathering, or are you going to just hang out with your friends? Because I'll tell you. Oh, I do. I did. And I still do. I like to cook. See, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a Twitch meetup, and I'm going to cook everything. I'm going to cook empanadas. I'm going to give y'all empanadas. And that'll be it. It'll be an empanada party. Fico's empanada party. You're all invited. When I reach 30 subs. Oh, the internet just went out? Make it a gaming party? One of these days, we will do that again. Also, yeah, Andrew, if you want to join, if you want to check the Discord, thank you. You could definitely, yeah, exactly. We're do it in there. We got a general chat. And trust me when I tell you, we are not the only ones. You're not the only one. Even us as grown-ups, oh my God, as a grown-up, you still deal with things. Now, the level of stress feels like it gets bigger sometimes. And adulting can be very difficult, like growing up. But you're not alone. And we all got you. So definitely, you could private message me. You could private message, and like, we're all here. So, but you know what? This party sounds like a good way to kind of just vent and just have fun. I mean, if it's a party with friends, that's a good opportunity to maybe, if you have a really good friend, or if you have one friend, like I was saying, is like, if you're going to a party and it's your friends, like that you have your friends at a party. If you have this really good friend, you could tell this friend and just share, just sit him or her down and be like, hey, I need to talk to somebody. It's my nephew's birthday party. Aww. Oh, so it's a family party. Okay. Well, family parties are fun. They're well, at least when my family does when my family used to do birthday parties, they were fun. But like I was saying is like I do feel like most of them don't get what I'm doing. So when I go to my family parties, it almost doesn't feel like I'm a part of the party. But I still do my best to find like fun things to do. If you have a family member that you do get anxiety around a lot of people. Oh. Okay, so when it comes to anxiety, I know that I said that I talk, but I'm not sure how to deal with anxiety. I don't know the mechanics of anxiety, but welcome back, Jackington Lakes. Fico went in the bathroom and was taking pictures of himself with a lightsaber at one party. Oh yeah, that was I think it was Asa's. I think that was Asa's Halloween party. I think because they had all the lightsaber battles. That's what we were doing. So that's why you never leave the house anymore. Aww. Jacko, you are in the end tail of we're done talking about games, but our boy Andrew is having a little bit of a rough time. He's getting ready to he's trying to get himself like ready to go to a family gathering, but he gets anxiety around a lot of people. So we're just trying to help him out here. But that's what you walked into. But don't worry. I took belt from selfies only once, which was at my previous job when I was wearing Atreyu merch. Atreyu just released a new album. No, wait a minute. Are you talking about the band or are you talking about our boy Atreyu? You're wearing his merch? I don't have his merch. So you have to thought it's better if you do. It's really hard though if you don't deal with people well though. I have that problem. It's easier online. Oh no. Does anyone here have any insight on like anxiety, because this is where I think it could definitely help them. So, but Anne is right. You have a bunch of his shirts, a bunch of stickers, and a custom made. Really? You're that big of an Atreyu fan? Damn. Yeah. I think what he's talking about may be that his internet. He could also be talking about how his internet may have gotten down. Yeah, I have. Atreyu showed me his shirt. He showed me the shirts that I think StreamLabs merch helped him make his merch, which I thought was really cool. Apparently StreamLabs can help you make your own merch. That's actually super cool. I don't think I'm big enough to even like consider even doing merch. I don't think I'm that like my own merch. I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But honestly, if I were to make merch, it would have to do with empanadas. Oh, my internet didn't go back down? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So what you meant when you said when it was happening again is like you were feeling the anxiety? A shirt with your screaming face on it? Oh my god. Ooh, okay. So my screaming face at the front, and in the back, you'll just have my name and then with a little empanada in a plate next to it. Oh no. Oh no. Dang, Andrew. Yeah, of course. Oh man. I'm very sorry that this is happening, Andrew. We're here with you. And but I know that like with anxiety, it even if it's with your family, I know that it's just something that is it'll get to a point where it's just like, but yeah, it's definitely not. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually healthy. It's actually super. It's not a thing that you should shy away from. Sometimes it's just the innerness is just gonna happen. But you know what? I think now it's a perfect time to transition to Girl Gone Rogue. Let me go ahead and we'll get started with Girl Gone Rope. We'll start the raid in just a moment here, but honestly, all I want to say is that in terms of the anxiety, it's more as like oh no, of course. Look, if you want to keep this going, we could just join us on Discord. We could talk about it. Yeah, definitely. Let us know. Ping me, ping Moonstrike, and just has to charge her phone. Charge your phone, and then you could but of course, definitely let us in, and we will do our best. But just remember that we offer like we try to offer as much as we can. Where's your phone? What do you mean, where's your phone? You don't know where your phone is? Okay, I need everybody to chastise Anne for not knowing where her phone is. Shun her, please. I took it out when I was woke, and now it's not here right now. Now you see it. Now you don't. Okay, so we're going to the 3-hour mark. I'm gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do, at least it's the least we could do for a fellow awesome person. Heck yes. Heck yes. Awesome. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go to Girl Gone Rogue stream. And I think that her hilarity. How do you say that word? Hilarity. And her storytelling, role-playing, gunsmoke arcness is exactly what you need. So definitely, we'll go ahead and we'll get you over there. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I got to do a couple of things before my next stream, which will be Little Nightmares. Andrew, if you go to this party, I hope that you have a really good time. And I know that you're going through some stuff right now, so I definitely don't blame you if you're not in the mood to party. But if you do, and if you feel that you can feel comforted by anybody in your family, I would recommend you talk with them as well too. So, but in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to do an empanada raid. Oh wait, damn it! I misspelled her name. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Not yet. Long. Girl Gone Rogue. I always misspell Rogue. Dang it. Okay, now let's try this again. Girl, you're gonna make you sweat. Sweating some more.
I'm Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca. Don't listen to Ondor's lies.
God damn it, Bosch. All right, guys, we're gonna rate now. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy Miss Rogue. Bye.
welcome everyone. Can I get some hype in the chat for Fico? Thank you, and all of his raiders. And a shout out, please. Hi, Moon. Good to see you. Hello, Mighty Seven. Hello, Jacko Jacko. Fico, you are amazing, lovely. Love you. Okay. We are on a mission. Every single time you watch me play this, you want to get the game? Oh, do it. Do it, Moon. Do it, honey. Hi. Let's see if we can find someone in here.